مرحبا بكم.
Just like that, it's another day, another episode. This one's very special, being we're in the month of Ramadan. So, special guest of the day, Layal. Thank you for coming on the show. Let the world know who you are and what you do.
Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me and very nice meeting you. My name is Layal Watfeh and I am a music composer. I am Syrian, but I live and work in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. Is it okay if I'm speaking English?
We do this podcast in English anyway, so it's an international podcast.
And I am a music composer for TV and film. And would you like me to talk more about myself? Or?
Go
of course.
for it, yeah.
It's an episode about you.
I have done so far probably around, I actually stopped counting, but probably like 25 TV series in the Middle East region and about 3 feature films and countless other documentaries and ads and events. And I am also a voiceover artist. And I record voiceovers for ads and TV channels. So, مرحبا بكم. So,
That
and
introduction.
I'm also a vocalist and a singer. I'm not gonna say a singer because people are gonna think like singer like Alyssa and whatnot. But I do vocals as well. So yeah, that's like briefly who I am.
Well, I mean, you are a singer, right? If you're singing on your own tracks, doesn't that make you a singer?
Yeah, I don't like to be what do you call it? Like in front of the camera kind of singer,
I see.
Promoted as a singer or like have music videos, although I've had songs and albums released. But yeah, I don't like to be in front of the camera.
But like at the end of the day, Layal, you're one of the greatest music producers in the Middle East, in my opinion. And it's like, I mean, I grew up, listening to a lot of your music. Here we are in the great holy month of Ramadan.
Right. And anytime you're on NBC, you hear that right? Like
that is me. That is me. Yes. And
so
I'm very grateful. I don't even know how old you guys are. How old are you?
Take a wild guess.
Well, since you said you're studying, so I'm gonna say Ali, you're 22.
Yeah,
on the dot. Yeah, well done.
Wow,
on the dot. Yeah,
yeah. We're in our young 20s.
Yeah.
Probably in the 25s.
Nice. Yeah,
one year over, but yeah, we're getting to our 25s.
You mean?
No, we're 24s.
24s. I'm 22. But yeah, so this is I think this is the first question that comes to my mind is what do you like whenever you sit and NBC1 is on, right? And that the ad breaks come up and you hear your music that's being composed, being played for countless years now. I don't know how long has it been? I can't remember.
I can't really pinpoint when we did it, but I always say it's about probably 2007. So you're talking about 15 years.
Right. So it's literally as long as I can remember, it was your music that was,
Exactly.
So every time, how do you feel? What's that feeling? Describe it to me.
صراحة, not to come across as snobbish or anything like that.
No, that's cool. Your opinion.
But you kind of lose that initial excitement, not the excitement, but خلاص, you don't do, oh, that's me anymore, Right. It happens for the first like few years or a few times, but sometimes my family still does. For example, this is Layal, or when they hear my voice or my music somewhere. But for me personally, I kind of got used to it because my voice is all over, like on TV channels, on ads and all of that. My musics are on several things, so I kind of, it's exciting. I'm not saying it's not exciting.
No.
You kind of get a little bit
I understand that because it's like it's magical for us, but once you understand how the magic is made, you kind of loses the sense of magic, right? So I kind of get it there. I mean, whenever I listen to a really nice song and I learn how to play on one of my instruments, I'm just like, after a few while, it's just
it becomes kind of your norm somehow. Mm-hmm. And you become I don't want to say numb to it because it's not really numb because every project is exciting, right? هلا مثلا I just did المشوار with Muhammad Ramadan, and and it's still the same kind of excitement. بس إنه خلص, you're excited to hear it the first time on TV and see what people are thinking about it. بس بعدين خلص إنه you're cool, everything's fine, everything is running as it should. And
Right.
yeah.
Do you ever reach a point? Do you ever reach a point where you're annoyed from just listening to your voice over and over again, like on the same part?
My voice.
Like if you just
Not
hear the
so
same
much.
thing, because like with the theme song or like your voiceover, just always hearing it all the time.
Maybe if it's over repetitive, yes. Maybe if it's repeated a lot. But I haven't ran into that really. Maybe the music more. مثلا if I hear it over and over a lot, because I don't really listen to my music a lot. يمكن بيمروا علي every few months. I could come back and listen to some of my musics just to see what I came up with. But yeah, the music more than the voice, actually.
Do you mind? I just want to ask you, Layal, if you would like explain to us the process that it takes for you to write this, music. If we can like specifically like that, the Ramadan song, the Ramadan theme music that you had for MBC. Like how did that come to life? From nothing, it exists now, because of you. So how do you do it?
It's always very hard trying to explain the creative process of something, because honestly speaking, even between me and myself, when I finish a project, I'm like, how did I come up with that? I still ask myself that question, like, how did that inspiration come to me? There is no mantiq, what's mantiq, like reasoning,
logical explanation
behind it. But I want to say that every project kind of speaks to me. It inspires me to do what I'm doing, whether how it should sound or the instruments that I'm using or the melody itself. So yeah, that's the best way I could put it. لأنه until now I cannot explain how I came up with that, or I could tell you if I'm getting creative in مثلا I want to use this sound for that reason. I could give you those explanations, but how the creative process comes up is something that I really can't explain. And I think it's hard for people in general who are creative to explain that, right? I mean, did you ever get an answer from any creative?
I think we did.
It depends on how you phrase the question. Maybe that's like something that I would ask is, maybe like growing up, did you have like a creative background, or was it just naturally there? Like, did you have any influences from your family or from your friends?
My mom was always very interested in music, and she used to sing herself, not professionally, but she used to sing. And she loves like art, music, movies. So I was watching movies and listening to music from a very young age. So I would say that this was my inspiration for sure. And I used to get very emotional when I'm watching a movie or something on TV and the music comes up and it's very emotional. And I used to tear up sometimes. So that's when my mom picked up on it, and she started caring more about my musical talent. And she got me a keyboard, and the rest is history.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's a good choice by your mom then, because like she supports you.
I'm always and forever grateful for her.
Yeah, well, shout out to her, obviously, right? But so is it just piano that you did, or was so describe to me your musical career in terms of instrument. So you said it started with piano, then it branched off to
basically when I was still in Syria, I left when I was 9. Just before I left, mom took me to the conservatoire, the music school there, and she wanted to enroll me as piano. But when the owner of the place heard my talent, I didn't play, but he tested me basically, and he tested my ear. And when he knew the level of my talent, he was like, I'm putting you as violin. We're like, we just want piano. He's like, no, you're doing violin. I never did it because we literally flew to Dubai probably like few weeks after, but I was supposed to study violin. Then later on in life, I studied piano, and then I had interest in the cello. I tried to learn on my own, but I never continued. Yeah, I've shown you.
No, it's okay. If we're speaking honestly, I tried to pick up piano and I stopped because it was kind of hard. Big hands does not work.
Yeah.
Keep mispressing the wrong key. But yeah, it's I get what you mean. Like sometimes you try something and the passion just dies out, or you just feel like
it's not because sometimes it's too hard and you need guidance, and I don't know. I just gave up really. It got too hard for me. So as instruments, it was only piano, but the way I compose, because you're asking how I compose, is basically I use the keyboard and I have libraries of sounds. So let's say, masalan, I want to play what the violin is playing. I would choose from my library violin, and I would play the violin line on my keyboard. Then go masalan to the viola, go to the cello, and so on. So I play all the parts and all the melodies. And then later on, I send them to the live players and they record them and we have them live. That's if the budget allows to record live, of course. If not,
it sounds very interesting, because when you were saying that you're a music composer and you only play the piano, but you have an ear for all of the other instruments because you also write for other instruments. And now you were telling us that you've like experimented with other instruments in general. Does that have any influence on like your music composition, because you kind of understand how other instruments should be played?
Yes, but لأنه I never really continued, I can't claim no, I know exactly how the instrument should play or what it should play, because I myself, I never had a formal film composing background. I just had piano studying. So everything else I learned myself, and I learned by listening.
What?
So, and I'm still learning as I go.
Let me
and I'm still learning, and I have so much to learn.
Let me get this
but
straight.
I'm grateful, and I'm able to give something as I go with my, learning journey. I'm also able to produce.
So you're
the boys
telling
seem
me,
very excited,
because this is crazy. You're telling me you learned to compose a whole orchestra, like a big ass orchestra with all these different types of different like instruments on your own.
On my own. And
That's
I'm
crazy.
not perfect. I'm actually very far from it.
No,
and
that's bullshit. That's just you being humble.
Right.
Like if you ask someone who actually studied orchestration, they would probably pinpoint a lot of like academic mistakes that I'm doing.
No, they're just jealous you did it on your own.
But there are also a lot of things, by the way, that I do on my own that they tell me, oh, by the way, this is called whatever, and in music education, and you do it on your own. So yes, some things come to me naturally and they're studying them, and some things I'm sure I'm doing wrong, but hey, they sound nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of doing music, right? It's like
there's no right or wrong in music. I think it's just how you feel, and can you portray that feeling through music.
Exactly.
It sounds like you're separating here, like, so how you learned music composition and orchestrating, you're separating the commercial side from the academic side, if I'm not mistaken. So like, how are you bridging the gap?
I'm separating them بالحديث, because you will see إنه العالم who have that education will probably pick up مثلا on some mistakes that I'm doing musically. But as a listener, they're not going to be able to tell شو هدول mistakes, because it's really hard to pick up on them. It's probably impossible for just a normal listener to pick up on them. But أنا عم بحكي, why am I separating it? Because I am telling you, and أنا personally, I did not have that education, and I'm not ashamed of that, by the way. I always say that openly because I'm not going to lie and say I am something that I'm not. So yeah, and I'm just separating them for that نقطة, but nothing else يعني.
Okay.
That's I mean, amazing. I'll say, it's like, it's cool that you're trying to do it in your own way, in your own style, and your own approach. You know what I mean? It's not like, I mean, you had the music training, and then in terms of composition, and you're right. It's like maybe like someone who's really like fine picky will be able to like pick it out.
Yeah.
But in terms of like me and Ali Shammari and Saeed, it's like I'll tell you, when I listen to your music, I get memories and nostalgia, and I get like I get a feeling of warmth and happiness. I don't know what to tell you, like you know what I mean? And I don't really like think, oh, this whatever music doesn't, you know, like.
No, of course, yeah. Yeah. I'm sure for the listener, ما they're not gonna pick up on these things. بس أنا عم بقول لك إنه, and even by the way, أنا مش قاعدة إنه everybody who studied music is gonna like find something. I even have people who studied music very thoroughly and they are so in love with my music. And بس أنا عم بحكيك like إشياء technical لها علاقة بالorchestration. But otherwise, yeah, you can't pick up on these things. And you saying this really like makes me so happy. I'm so glad that my music does that to you and it brings those memories and warmth. So thank you.
I told you, like you've created one of the most elaborative, exquisite masterpiece of, you know, like you would play that Ramadan theme song, you play that to anyone wherever you go, from Kuwait all the way, scratch that, from Indonesia all the way to Morocco,
from Indonesia,
right?
because
like because they have, I think they have embassy, I'm not too sure, but
I think because they have a lot of Muslims, so
pretty much.
I'm sure it was Sultan somehow. Because much. Everybody uses it. TikTok, Mayadat, videos.
It's true. And it's like, it's very representative of, you know, how do I say, like Ramadan as a whole. You play that to anyone, right? But it's not just that. It's also, so what I want to know is, how did they realize you have the voice, right? Like the advertising voice, the voiceovers. Like.
Well, that I started when I was 17. So that started before my music journey. How did I even discover that? I think it was also my mom, because أنا مثلا when I see something on TV, مثلا هدول the ones that they dub, so I start imitating them and making fun. عرفت كيف؟ إنه مثلا هدول تبع سوريا، ليش عم تحكي هيك؟ ليش رايح على you know, those very Syrian ones. So I used to like kind of make fun of them and I make jokes. So I think also my mom picked up on it. And I took it from there and I started auditioning for voiceovers. And
you remember the first one you did?
It's probably, maybe I'm mistaken, I'm not too sure. It's probably Nivea. Maybe.
Wait, the actually like cream company and
singing was actually something for Malaysia tourism. You know that song? It's very famous. Taba Malaysia, truly Asia. You know it, right?
Yeah.
Like in all languages of the world, they made a version of it. They chose me to do the Arabic, and I was young. I think Yumkin, I was also in my late teens. So that was also my first singing thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brings back memories. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of memories. Makes me feel old, actually.
No, you're still in your golden years.
Well, you know, the beautiful thing, Layal, about what you do is that, you know, the music and everything you create, I mean, it stays, you know, all the music you did for those shows are going to live on past you or me or, you know, my kids, or, you know, it's like, that's the beautiful thing about making art and music. And I want to ask you, like, you do commercials, you do TV, you do film, other things?
Yeah, I do everything, yeah.
What do you like to do the most out of all the different avenues you work in?
Interesting. أكتر شيء بحبه is movies, ads, and trailers. These are my favorite. Movies, because you're telling the entire story in that hour and a half, 2 hours. And I like that. And then you're like kind of creating the music for every scene by scene. It's specifically written for the scenes, unlike the series. And the ads and trailers, I was always very attracted to trailers and ads, specifically trailers. So I really have a passion for them. I haven't done a Hollywood trailer yet. I came close though. I came very close because I did this horror kind of track, and it almost got used on something for Hollywood, but it didn't. But inshallah, one day I will. And
do it.
Yeah.
Of course you can.
Speaking of Hollywood, you won a lot more, like from what I'm seeing here, a lot of your awards came from there more than in Arabia itself, right? So how did they pick up on, like, so you won the, where do I begin? The New York Festival again in 2011. So that's Best Original Music, Best Narrations, US International Film and Video Festival for Best Original Music, right? And the Hollywood Music and Media Award, Hollywood Music. So how did they pick up on your works?
Okay, هلا بشكل عام, when you go to festivals, you have to apply. So you have to send your projects in to be considered for the award. So this is what we used to do. You send them over and but they don't actually find you. I'm sure it's different for some festivals, but so far all the ones that you mentioned and that I won from are ones that you apply for. So you choose what you want to, شو المشروع اللي بدك تبعته, send it over. You can send few, and then you either get a nomination or an award or not. So yeah, this is how it's done. So I'm sure there are others that they probably find you, or I'm not too sure actually. ما بدي أفتي فيها لأنه I don't know.
I mean, we're not sure either. We don't know how that.
Send them over.
But interesting. So what was it like winning those awards? What was that like? Describe that feeling of,
The first award I won, I think it was in 2006, and I think it was Promax in New York. I was so excited that they wanted to send like 3 or 4 people from NBC only, from the people who won. طبعا from my excitement, they had to have a meeting and be like, guys, we're gonna have to take Layal, one of the people, and me jumping in the background. That's how excited I was. So everybody agreed, yes, please. So yeah, I was super excited to win that award, and I think you see my picture holding award with a very big smile on my face.
It was at the Promax Awards World for Best Sound Design.
Yeah, every award is exciting in its own way, and it's from a different festival, for a different show, for a different category. So they all have a taste of their own. It's beautiful. I love them.
And which one is the most memorable for you?
Probably the one I got from LA. Oh my God, what was it called? The Hollywood Music and Media, I think. Yeah, because I flew there and I attended, and it was just super exciting being surrounded by all these people from the industry. Who was there, Yarabi? There was a big composer there. Alexander something. I forgot his name. Desplat, Alexander Desplat, I think his name, yeah?
Yep.
He was there. And there were a lot of actors. It was really exciting. And also in one of the categories, Hans Zimmer was nominated. So it was super exciting, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You were competing against Hans Zimmer?
Huh?
You were competing against Hans Zimmer in that
no,
award?
it was not in the trailer. No. Because that's when I won for the trailer category. But he was in another category.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer, man.
I mean, one day, why not?
Yeah, one day.
It's a dream to even meet him, or it's an honor.
Wait, so when you went to the award show, right?
Yes.
But you didn't get to meet Hans Zimmer?
I was so sad that he was not there. I actually, listen to this. I was actually very excited to fly all the way from Dubai to LA for that reason, because I saw his name on the other nominations. I'm like, that's it. I have to go. I have to go for Hans Zimmer, not for the award.
Yeah, and he wasn't
there.
I
was so bummed out that he didn't show up that night. Like, حتى الأوسكار he didn't come. Like, he was in his robe somewhere.
Well, he's won too many. At this point, he's really won too many, and he's really, I mean, like, let's, since we're talking about him, I mean, like, what do you think are the things that he does right that makes him one of the greatest, music composers?
Well, first of all, he is very versatile and he works on so many different styles, which makes him so unique. And second, he is always up to date and he always like makes himself a better composer, you know.
Mhm.
يحسن حاله all the time. Not that I am the judge, but if you know what I mean. And no, he's always like doing something new, something different. Because Kaman, I think what helps is that he has a very big team and he has like composers who actually come and work with him, that his music can have يعني can be كمان so versatile and different from one project to another. And this
Right.
always makes you a better composer يعني. And I'm hoping I would reach a point where I could have actually like composers with me لأنه sometimes it does get hectic and you need that help. So yeah, I hope one day I could reach that level.
Yeah, let's go. I mean,
Let's go.
why not, right? We just need, I feel like there's more movies coming out, especially in the Middle Eastern region, of all different kinds.
Well,
The more
actually,
movies that come out.
last night, I received an email. I was one of 10 composers chosen for the Marché de Film اللي هي happens in Cannes Film Festival, which is basically a film market, and they basically match up composers with directors and producers, I guess producers as well. So inshallah ya Rab, if I get the visa, because I'm Syrian, so I might miss that once in a lifetime opportunity for that reason. Oh my God, it's an international number, but we're gonna ignore it.
If you have to take
no, it could be the call for Cannes now.
Yeah,
Can I actually take it?
Yeah, we'll pause.
Yeah, take it.
We'll be right back recording. Unfortunately, it was not done. But if that was done, that would have been great to have
because I emailed the Safara today. I'm like, please, you guys, this is like a dream. So I need an appointment, please. So yeah, I got that email last night, and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity for me to actually enter the market in Europe and the world.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get the visa, inshallah, ya Rab, inshallah, I will be attending that in May.
It would be great to see you, just launch your career to a whole nother level and platform, and just
I agree.
On international field, yeah, that would be amazing.
Right? But like for the Arab world, which is something we kind of need right now. But other than that, are you thinking of doing any live orchestration, live
concerts? Yeah. A lot of people have been asking me for too long, actually. And last year, if I'm not mistaken, it was last year, I got contacted by the Dubai Opera, and they told me that they heard my music and they're like, oh, you're an artist in Dubai. This is the type of music that we need. We need to be playing. So I went and met them, but I haven't started preparing for that yet. Because it needs a lot of preparation. It's not just you taking your music and just playing it on stage. You have to actually, first of all, choose which tracks you're going to play. You're going to have to change them, their orchestration, even sometimes make them longer. So it's a lot of work and commitment. And I haven't had the time to do that yet. So I feel very bad and guilty about it. I think the title of this podcast is I Feel Guilty.
We're gonna do that.
She gave it to us. That's it.
That's like
we don't have to do anything this episode.
Exactly.
But
that's funny.
Do you think is there like a personal block that's maybe holding you back? Something
personal what?
Personal like block to why you haven't done this yet?
Honestly speaking, there's a lot of things happening in my life at the moment, whether it is health-wise or like personal stuff. I am relocating to Canada. This is not easy at all, especially through a pandemic. The jobs that are coming in, especially that I'm working on my own. So if I don't handle them, there's nobody else to handle them. So basically, there's a lot of things happening. these are the things that are coming in the way, not because I'm not pursuing it or I don't want to pursue it. I was joking about that, but there's a lot of things happening. But I'm hoping بالفترة اللي جاية I'm gonna have more time.
Honestly, I just hope things work out on its own, because I would love to attend.
Right.
To be very honest, I would love to, and I probably will attend if we're.
That is
Dubai
so
is just
nice
like 2 hours away from here, and I'll freaking wear a suit and tie if I have to. Freaking front row. The whole
looking aristocratic as well.
Dude, honestly, I would go because your music is really nice. I really do enjoy listening to it, and it would be great.
Like, have you listened to my scores in general? Like to the shows and movies?
Yes, I have.
I mean,
the
shows that you like. Whenever I watch the movies, because I'm looking at the list of movies, right, and the ones that I do recognize, I'm just like, wow, like so, like something like خيانات وطن. Yes, and like Bab al-Rih. So things like that. When I realized that was you who did it, and I remember how the music went, I'm like, whoa. So that's what I'm saying.
The reason why I'm asking is because you guys are young, right? Like you're from the younger generation. And I honestly didn't think that your age would be interested in my music. I actually thought people who are, honestly speaking. I thought you would recognize the Ramadan music, fine. But to be interested in the series, I honestly didn't think you would be, and that's why I'm so like happy that you do.
Refined taste, that's what it is.
Sometimes it's not even that. It doesn't have to be that. It's just sometimes when you're very good at what you do and you put your all into it. Like we've talked to a bunch of musicians over the past 2 years, right? The most questions we ask them is, what in your opinion makes a piece of music timeless, right? For the ages, it'll never go bad. You can, something like Kulthum's Inta Umri, right? Which was made in the 70s, 60s, or 50s, and to this day is being played. That's called timeless music, right?
Exactly.
Your timeless music would be the Ramadan theme song. So that's timeless music. You'll hear it for like millennia to come. So I'm sure
unless NBC decides to stop airing it.
I will write in NBC if they do it. That's the international acclaimed theme song, right? But so my question to you is, what do you think makes any piece of music timeless?
Honestly, I think it's the emotional connection with it, because I'm not going to say instrumentation, لأنه it could be anything. It's just how it makes the person feel. It's whether how it makes you feel or what it reminds you of. So, مثلا, let's say you heard something in a phase of your life and it's related to certain memories in your life that will always be there with you. Or مثلا, it made you feel a certain emotion. It will always stay with you. تبع Ramadan, it is Ramadan, it's family, it's food, it's Vimto, it's, whatever.
Yep.
So it's all of that. I think it is all related to the emotion and how it makes the person feel.
Right. So that's why people our age, right? The living proof of what I was talking about is right now. The people our age at a younger age, and even younger than us, know and recognize older works because emotional value. I guess you're right.
Exactly.
Pretty much. So that's why.
You want to tell us like what's the music that did that for you when you were growing up? Like what are your musical inspirations?
Honestly, I would say it's Fairuz. Fairuz, because it is
Lebanese representation.
It is Syria, it is Lebanon, it is our region, right?
Sham.
It is my mom singing it. It is our summer بالضيعة. It's all of that. It's the car rides. So to me, it is Fairuz. It makes me super, super emotional to hear her songs and her voice. And it actually makes me cry sometimes just in nostalgia for that older days and the younger days. So yeah, it's Fairuz.
So what would be your favorite Fairuz song and why is it a Dish Can Finas?
I'm horrible with titles. بس مثلا تبع فلسطين كتير بحبها.
What was it
شو
called?
اسمه؟
Wait, I know it. Is it the?
I'm glad that we're all in the same boat.
Hold on. Wait, I know it because I heard it the other day.
The amnesia boat.
The what?
The amnesia boat. All of us.
Definitely all in the same field.
So it's either,
What?
is it the one that's like Medina to Salah?
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, but I can't remember the name.
What was
for
it?
the life.
I think it's Labbaika Medina to Salah. I don't fucking know.
You have Google, Ali. Just Google it.
Dude, I don't have Arabic keyboard and it's intense.
Let's not go with titles because that is just liha. Let's just say Feyruz.
Yeah.
Feyruz, pretty much.
Dish Confiance is my all-time favorites. Like I listen to that every morning. Yeah,
one of them. Yeah,
it's
for
good.
sure.
Or Kana Natahun, that's the one I like playing on the guitar. Right? That's a nice one. But speaking of Feyruz, do you guys know she still sings?
She does?
Yeah, she still sings, but she doesn't like church hymns, and apparently she's coming out with an album.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right now?
I mean, I guess so. That's what I'm looking at right now. So it's like
on Google. Fake news.
How old is she?
She's 80 something. Hold on, let me
Allah يطول عمرها عن جد, because it will be a very sad day that, you know.
when she dies. Oof.
Yeah.
Major yikers. She's 86 years old and she still looks pretty. That's concerning. I don't know if there's anything wrong with me or if she actually is this pretty.
Show us the picture.
Ali's contemplating whether she's actually human at this point.
Let me I want to also ask you, Layal, about we're screen sharing right now. Look how great she looks.
No, this is not her now, is it?
This is Lebanese singer Feyruz is back with a new song. Damn.
Damn.
She still does what she does, right? Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. I think her voice is like, how do I say
timeless.
This? It is timeless,
it's
but
very
with time
special.
it gets better.
Yeah, nobody can imitate her voice. And even if they try, nobody. She has something very special about her voice.
It's her and Kerthoum.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Those two, no one can ever come close to what they've achieved or their voice.
Maybe one day. You can't say never, right?
I mean,
hopefully.
You can't say never, but so far,
I'm comfortable with never, just to make them extra special. If I'm being honest.
Right.
Yeah. So other than you may or may not going to your film festival, or not the film festival, it was with the producers and
the Cannes festival. Yeah.
So what's the future of Layal looking like?
Well, I hope so. And when I move to Canada, I'm gonna open the door for more projects coming from North America, whether it's America, the States, or Canada. And hopefully the Cannes thing will open more doors for Europe and other parts of the world. So there's that. Inshallah, I will have the time to start preparing for the concert. And once I prepare for one concert, it will be easier to do other concerts, because that way you'll have the notes for everything. It becomes very easy. So that there's that as well.
Just do it.
Yeah. Anjad, you guys just, gave me a reality.
I'm glad.
Yeah, that's it. More awards, maybe. I don't know.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go for the 10th award, right? You have like 9. Let's go for the 10th.
Actually,
I have double digits.
I have 13.
Oh.
Yeah. But maybe the website is not updated, but I have.
Got red-handed.
I want to reach much more.
Layal, we were talking about like timeless artists and timeless musicians. So for you as a music composer and creator, what are the steps that you want to take to become timeless yourself, to cement your legacy in a way?
Like I said earlier, it's a learning process. It's continuous learning for me. I don't want to ever reach a stage where مثلا my music or my style or my sounds is too old مثلا or not up to date. So I want to always try to be up to date with that, try to see what's in. هلا obviously بيبقى what the core creation or what my sound is بيبقى هيدا always. But I want to try to never be outdated, if I may say so, you know, in the sounds, in how I sound or how my music sounds. So yeah, that's my attempt to actually be timeless.
And for the up and coming music producers, like what are like 2 or 3 tips, small tips that you can tell them that you would advise them to take for them to be able to build up to the level that you are in, and then, you know, go further?
What I want to say, no, it's not an easy journey. Yani, and personally, I had my share of obstacles and problems and people who didn't believe in me and all of that stuff. So what I want to say is never give up. Always stick to it. Try to create a sound for yourself to stand out. And there are so many people doing this these days. So many music producers and composers. But in order for someone to stand out, you need to have a unique sound or something different that you are bringing to the table. So try to discover your own unique sound and stick to it, and don't listen to the haters, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great advice. That's how
I want to ask one more thing before we wrap up here, because we are wrapping up on time. But you said your favorite genre of making music was for films, and so I'm curious, what are some of the films that you grew up with that inspired you to, you know, make music for films?
Grew up with those, I cannot remember. Honestly speaking, I cannot remember. But if مثلا you're asking me what are the films that I love their music and I could listen to always, في عندك Memoirs of a Geisha.
Oh wow.
في Interstellar. What's the other one called? Inception.
Oh my god.
Yeah. في عندك The Pianist، مع انه معظمه is pieces from Chopin I believe. في عندك في كتير بس right now I'm having a blockage. But yes, I love مثلا John Williams, I love Hans Zimmer, I love Philip Glass. Yeah, مثلا Babel also. Babel is one of them. شو اسمه the composer of Babel? I forgot.
I don't remember.
I forgot. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, it's different styles, different kind of collection of, yeah.
Gustavo? Right, those are different styles, from more classic to more like new, to all different kinds of music. So I'm glad it's all different things, and I hope you get to do all different kinds of things soon in the future. Yeah,
I hope. And hopefully things work out and we get to see you just rocket launch into space with epic
to the moon.
You are so nice, and I love that you are young and you're interested in my music. This honestly just gave me such a push and positivity, and yeah, love you guys, like seriously. Thank you so much. We
love you too. We also love you guys that are watching. Thank you very much for watching another episode of A to the Show. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please do like, subscribe, and share. We will leave a link of Layal's stuff all in the description below, so go check her out.
Plus the 13 awards, yeah.
Yep. Right. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Love one another. Peace, love, happiness, and we'll see you.
Adios.
Adios.